Hello, welcome back to Timeless Recollections.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
I'm struggling with this word right now. It's getting kind of late, actually. And the later it gets, the sillier we get. But we're going to try not to be silly on this video. Stacy's going to take it from here and explain what we're going to be doing today.
Well, first off, let's see Cindy and I'm Stacy. She skipped that part. But if you have seen or want to go back and see our video that talks about childhood games, Cindy, when we're starting it, says that I was about to take her down a road she wasn't sure about, and that's where I am with this today. Cindy wants us to sing a song that we sang as kids. We'll talk more about the song and other things after we attempt to sing this. But like a lot of things you hear, if you don't use it, you lose it. I never have been a Grammy Award winning singer, but I used to sing much better in my younger years. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. I heard Cindy in here doing a few little practice rehearsal runs or whatever while I was getting my throat sprayed because I need any help I can get. But I have not. I just don't sing like as much as I used to be able to maintain my voice, and I'm getting old.
Well, my voice is actually deeper than it used to be. I used to be a soprano, but I don't know if what's a second soprano?
I thought second soprano was higher, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm more in between an alto and a soprano now. So,
I don't know.
Anyway.
We are not monetized right now. I don't know if we ever will be, but I don't think this. I think the song is old enough because it was old when we were singing it as kids in church with Mama. I don't think we're gonna. I think it's not copyright protected anymore, but YouTube will check and let us know. Thankfully, Cindy, as we recall, was the one that sang the first verse, which will give me a little chance to come in on the chorus and be ready for the second verse. Maybe I'll be in better. I don't know. We'll see. Take it away.
All right. The song is called Inside the Gate. Oh, how happy I will be when life's journey here is run, and I look upon his face and I hear him say, well done. You have fought a faithful fight, and my child, you've kept the faith. Enter now, my joys are yours, so just step inside the gates. Inside the gate, inside the gate, oh, sweet home. No more to cry, no more to die. A crown of life you've won. You're safe at last, your sorrows past. A mansion here forevermore. Yes, all of this I'll hear him say when I step inside the gate. I will look for Mother dear, and I'll look for Daddy too. Sisters, brothers will be there. Heaven's joys with them I'll share. And I'll hear little David play, meet my Jesus on that day. Heaven's joys for me await when I step inside the gate. Inside the gate, inside the gate, oh, sweet home. No more to cry, no more to die. A crown of life you've won. You're safe at last, your sorrows past. A mansion here forevermore. Yes, all of this I'll hear him say when I step inside the gate.
Okay, well, that was it. For better or worse.
It wasn't terrible.
I was definitely cracky. Couldn't hold my notes as long as I used to.
Yeah.
Couldn't sing them as I usually do.
Yeah, we are getting old, so
But anyway, my recollection of this song, I was probably 5. I couldn't read,
no, I don't think you could.
so I was 4 or 5, and I was I think at that time we were having like one of those Sunday night services where just different church members, instead of like having a preaching or having any kind of, I think it was just a singing service where different church members could just sing whatever they wanted to, get up and sing. I do remember us standing by the piano because Mama played this song on the piano.
I think it was at Trace Road.
No, it was Industrial City. I can picture it. Us standing by the piano at Industrial City. They had put a microphone down there, and we were standing right next to Mama.
It might have been. You know what it could have been? A homecoming.
I don't think so, because we would have had a quartet.
Well, yeah, but they would let some of the church members.
But I remember it being at night for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I know we did it at night at home. What was that?
I don't know.
That's kind of scary. Something just fell. We don't know what it was.
Well, we are recording whatever is entering this house. If there's anything, this is going to be on YouTube, so you will be found out. Anyway. But anyway, we do remember singing this with Mama by the piano, and like I said, I couldn't read, so I just had to memorize the song. I remember being really nervous.
I was always nervous whenever we sang at church.
But Mama played the piano to the song. She played by what they called, I think they called them shaped notes, where they were like triangles and squares. It wasn't the whole
squares. I remember triangles.
I remember squares and triangles, and
I remember triangles.
open squares and closed squares, and open triangles and closed triangles, and
now those, depending on if they were shaded or not shaded, because I remember that from me taking piano.
Well, that's what I mean by open and closed.
Yeah, that was.
Open square, I mean outline. Closed, I mean filled in.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if the shaded was flat or not. Okay.
You mean sharp?
Yeah, sharp. They're sharp and flat.
I know, but I thought most notes were flats, and then there was a distinction for sharps.
I want to say the pound sign was for the sharp.
Yeah.
Gosh, because.
Or hashtag.
With me taking piano, which I wasn't that great at it, but I did learn some things, but I've forgot almost all of what I learned. So, anyway, yeah.
But anyway, Mama played by, an older style of, so, even when, like, sometimes when Mama would fill in, like, when a piano player was going to be out, the regular piano player, she would have to, like, get with the choir director in advance and, write down the numbers in her old little hymn books she had with the shape notes so she could play by in her book. But anyway, one thing I want to mention in particular about this one song, in that second verse, it says, "I'll hear little David play, meet my Jesus on that day." Remember, I'm 4 or 5, maybe 6, pushing it, but I don't think I was 6 because I couldn't read, and I could have read at that age. I thought Meet My Jesus on that day was the name of the song that little David was playing. I didn't realize it was a separate phrase. So, that's just one thing that stands out about this particular song. And of course, Mama singing the alto,
Yeah.
and the chorus, which she said inside the gate or just inside the gate, kind of.
Just inside the gate, I think. Oh, it ain't on there.
No, it's
But
not.
It was on that other one.
That's why I was wanting to see if we could find sheet music for it, so it would have that distinction. But a lot of times in like just regular lyrics, it'll have in parentheses something that's, a kind of offset echo or.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we grew up in a musical family. Mama played piano.
What is that noise?
And I'm hitting the, but I don't think that was what we heard earlier. I'm hitting the like brace bar of the table with my feet, but that's not what we heard. It might have been that back screen door wasn't like all the way pulled to, and it latched itself.
It sounded like it was in that bedroom.
Well, I mean, I could have had something fell off the bed then.
Yeah.
That could be what it was. Something just kind of had enough shift. But anyway, you took piano lessons.
Mm-hmm. Daddy was a beautiful tenor singer,
which we've talked about in another video, and he sang with a quartet.
We sang at Industrial City. When we sang, what was that song? It was sung at Papa's funeral. Bound for That City.
Yeah, that's what I was about
Bound for That City. Yeah. We sang that as a family at Industrial City, and that was sang at our Papa's funeral. Which we probably talked about on other videos. Every Saturday night we would listen to the Dixie Gospel Caravan, and
sing along,
and it was a very special time. When Lauren was little, she would sing with us. Maybe even Alan when he was little, but probably not so much as Lauren. So,
because Lauren was always in the kitchen with us.
Yeah.
I mean, Daddy and Alan usually were in the living room, which reminds me.
We were in the living room.
But a lot of times we were in the kitchen. Because, like, Mama would have, like, be combing out Lauren's hair after.
And she would tell her stories when she would do that. When she would wash her hair and comb it.
But I just remember us being.
And she would tell her the 3 little pigs.
Yeah.
A lot.
But, speaking of, I just remember there were times where, like, the 3 of us were in the kitchen. There were 4 of us. Me and you and Lauren and Mama. And Daddy and Alan would be in the living room. Because remember one time, Daddy started laughing and he told us, he said, Alan had said something about the gwals in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And he said,
we don't like
gwals, do we? And Daddy told him, yeah, we like girls. But, let's say, do you remember, because we did talk a lot about listening to the Dixie Gospel Caravan and us singing along, and Lauren's favorite song, Moving Up to Glory Land, and but do you remember, and this may have been after Daddy died, or it could have been around before and after. Do you remember how on Sunday afternoons, me and you and Judy Baker would go up to church and just practice singing, and Lindsay would run the sound for all our track tapes and all?
I don't remember that, but I remember Judy being our choir director in children's choir.
Yeah, but you remember, it was like Lindsay was like a teenager at this point. I hadn't had Crystal yet, but I was married.
I don't remember that.
I wasn't always. You didn't always go because you had two kids.
Yeah.
But you went some. But me and Judy, I want to say there was a third person there. Either and maybe sometimes it was you, and maybe sometimes it was just me and Judy. That Lindsay would run sound right, stacks full of all our track tapes.
Mm.
That's when I was singing That's Him and Resurrection. Or we both sang That's Him.
We both sang that.
And I sing Resurrection Morn and all that. So
I feel like there was another song we were singing when we did That's Him. But I can't remember what it'd be.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't call it. It's one that Mama had said, and we didn't do it because we had not. She wanted us to be able to record a song in advance and have on a tape to be played at her funeral whenever that would happen. It's Mother and Daddy. Let's Meet by the River.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah.
See, I knew it had something to do with finding our dad and our mother. But you remember her saying she wanted us to record it?
Well, she also wanted to record music herself singing. And
yes.
Sing her own funeral.
Yes. She wanted us to sing that. No, I mean, we never got it done because we weren't expecting things to happen when they did. So, I'm trying to think. I mean, this was going to be more about music, but
what? When she said she wanted to do that, I feel like we were at her new house when she said that.
Probably.
And I feel like Brian made a joke about her trying out caskets and doing a picture and waving.
I do vaguely remember that. But she, even though she didn't do it way in advance when Grandpa died, she went into another room and recorded on a cassette tape her singing a song that was played during his funeral. She didn't sing live. She recorded it that day.
We sang at Grandma's funeral.
We did.
I don't remember what we sang. It might have been Let's Meet by the River.
No.
Because we sang that and I read that poem about walking with Grandma.
I don't know. It come to me one day about us.
Was it Lazarus's? No, it wasn't that, was it? No.
I don't know. I want to say it was a song popular by the Nealons. If that helps you any.
I'll have to Google.
Did we sing one or two songs?
At Grandma's?
Yeah.
One.
I mean, I could be wrong about it. I don't think it was really like a typical funeral song.
Let's see.
It was the Nealons or the Greens or one of them family quartets or family Southern gospel groups. Dang, I wish it would come to my mind.
What year did she die?
Grandma? Let's see, Mama died in 2009. Was it 2010 or 2011?
Probably 2011.
Because Uncle Billy died in 10, right?
Probably.
Uncle Billy died between Grandma and Mama.
Yes.
I mean, Grandma and Mama.
Okay. Well, it wasn't that, was it?
No. Talk amongst yourselves.
We've gone down a rabbit hole now. Well, that's in 2017. What year did you say?
I would say 2011, maybe. Prior to 2011.
Okay, they're kind of mixed in here, it looks like. Oh, well. Oh, that's not what I need either. Okay, well, you keep talking, I'll look.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to talk about now.
Tracks, the Nealon's tracks. Here we go.
It could, like I said, it could not be the Nealons. It could have been the Greens. I remember it's whatever track was it Daystar or Praise Him?
Daystar, probably. I'm pretty sure it was Daystar because we went to the
Christian bookstore in Pontotoc.
Yeah.
Or Amory. I forget which.
It was Pontotoc.
Or it might have been Tupelo.
Yeah, it was Tupelo, that's right. Yeah.
Because she was at the nursing home in Pontotoc.
Mm-hmm.
But she went to the funeral home in Amory where she lived, and but Tupelo was kind of in between the two.
Inside the gate by them.
Interesting. What is the same inside the gate? All right, why don't you talk and let me look? Because I'll look on here.
Oh, okay.
I gotta figure out how to work this thing anyway.
But yeah, we sang at Grandma's funeral. I guess that's the only funeral I've ever sang at, but I bet you sang it more than that.
Not many more. I only like a couple.
Now, Stacy, she used to sing a lot of Nicole C. Mullen songs.
If you can believe that after this performance in this video.
She had a really good voice, too. What was that song? What was that one that was, let's see.
The one that...
When I Call on Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I sang a few of her songs, in church, but that's the one.
Yeah. That one was probably the most powerful, that I feel like your voice was the most powerful. Stacy's got a much better voice than me. Mine, I can sing. I can't sing as good as I used to could. But anyway. So yeah, we come from a pretty musical family. I feel like our papa was probably in a quartet as well.
Maybe.
And we know our Uncle Norman was, and our great Uncle Paul, and our great Uncle Fred, and our Aunt Alice. I'm not sure. I don't think Aunt Pernice was, but they all were in a
Uncle
quartet.
Paul probably was.
Oh, that's what I said.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I was too busy to pay attention to it.
Yeah. Then, like I said, Daddy and Mama. Mama grew up singing in the church, I believe. Pretty sure. She played the piano. Don't think Daddy played any musical instruments.
I don't think so. Well, not formally trained. You remember when he got that keyboard?
When who got the keyboard?
Daddy.
I don't remember him having a keyboard. I remember you having a keyboard.
No, this was many later years. This was and he had it set up in front of the couch, and we called it him playing funeral music. Remember? Because he would have it set on the organ setting, and he just,
I can remember Daddy walking through the house singing Sheltered in the Arms of God, and he touched me. Mama's signature song whenever she would go back to Trace Road Baptist Church would be One Day at a Time. And feel like there was one other one she would always sing. We would go back to Trace Road Baptist Church in Mississippi, which was the church that I believe she grew up in pretty much. They would have homecoming, and in their afternoon singing, they would let people come up and sing, which there was a family in that church that had a little trio or quartet or something. They would travel around some, which was our grandma and grandpa's best friends, Zora Mae, and her daughter Judy, and her son Glenn, or was it Glenn's wife, Linda? Glenn would sing. Glenn would sing.
When are you talking about?
When Judy and Zora Mae and Glenn would sing. Linda didn't sing with them.
No, she did eventually, I think.
Maybe that was after Judy got sick. Mama's best friend, well, one of her best friends, she had a couple of best friends that I can recall, Hilda and then Judy. And Judy ended up with breast cancer, I believe, wasn't it?
I don't remember what kind of cancer it was.
I'm thinking it was breast cancer. Anyway, she passed away. I don't think she was like super old, but I don't think she was probably in her 40s, maybe close to 50. I can't remember now. She wasn't real old, but Judy was her friend who would sing. To my recollection, I think Uncle Monkey could sing, but I don't think he did sing a lot. And I'm not sure about Uncle Billy. I don't really know if Grandpa sang a lot. Did Grandpa sing? Did he sing in the choir?
I think he did, maybe.
When I said that, I got to thinking. I thought, well, maybe he sang in the choir. So, but we both grew up in the choir, children's choir, youth choir, then adult choir. Even probably up to about 15 years ago, I was in the choir. Now the churches that I've gone to since then have pretty much just a praise
Everybody's
team.
praise team now. Which, I mean, I don't understand why the churches can't have both. Like the praise team out front leading, but the choir singing too. Because there are more people who would like to be like in a choir group singing setting than there are praise team spots open in churches.
Yeah. I will have to say, I have attended some churches recently. Now, one church, well, they had a choir, but it was more of a praise team type choir. And they were phenomenal. And then there was a church who was purely choir. And I was like, after being with the praise team music for so long now, it was like, that's very choiry. And I'm like, I don't know if I like that. I'm like more of the praise and worship now than I am.
I think you need a good mix.
Well, I agree with that. And a lot of these these Christian groups now are starting to incorporate, either they're redoing old hymns or they're incorporating old hymns into their lyrics.
Well, I don't like where, and this is just me personally, I don't like where churches have lighting and fog and it gets into too much production for one. I think I don't like that. That's me. But
the church we're going to now, they have a praise team. They do have lighting, but you can't tell it's lighting. And
I don't think what I mean by lighting. I mean like the lights are down, and then they have those like beam like colored lights, and yeah, I just think that's too production and not. But I also don't like when people tend to get stuck in a praise chorus, and just over and over and drone and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, I like some of elevation worship music, but sometimes I do feel like it goes on longer than what I would like for it to. But then sometimes I feel like it's an appropriate amount. You can get stuck in a cycle like that. So, I don't know. I like praise and worship music though.
Well, my problem with a lot of the newer music is that it is more person focused than God focused. It's what God is doing for you, not praising God and thanking God for what.
A lot of the elevation music is not like some of these bigger groups now are more God focused. I feel like, yeah, I don't like the ones that are now. I don't mind some songs that talk about because they're actually saying what God is doing for you or what God can do to like someone in depression, you know, that they're telling you God's gonna make everything all right or whatever. I feel like those are okay. She's still searching.
I am still searching.
We might just have to mention it on another video.
Yeah, because we will come up with it eventually.
But Stacy is more of a traditionalist.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. You know, when we went to Sunrise and I sang with praise, and that's the first time I'd ever been in a church that had a praise team. And, you know, we sang upbeat songs that, you know, talked about God. It's just the choruses that just, when it's slowed way down. It's almost like trying to put people in a trance. I'm not saying that's the intention, but that's the feeling I get when I see the lights and the droning repetitiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to, because I don't know. Is it something with a cloud?
I don't think so.
I'm saying it's in the title.
I don't remember a cloud.
No, stepping on the clouds.
No, that wasn't it. Mm-mm.
Well done, my child.
I don't think so. Because I don't think I've ever seen that song. I think it would have been a song we had already sang before.
No, I don't think it was, but I think it was one, like, not as a solo in any capacity. It may have been one that we used to sing along to the radio. Because it wasn't your typical funeral song either.
Well, it would have been something we would have thought Grandma would have liked, though, and I don't. I don't know.
Well, I table that because it's going to drive me crazy, and
She'll come up with it during the middle of the night, probably.
or a random Tuesday in March. Who knows? We'll find it. We'll find it. But we will not rest until we find the culprit. But anyway, I think we've droned on. This has not been one of our
better leads. It started off all right, but then we kind of got down the rabbit hole, and then
yeah. So I guess we'll go because we ain't got nothing else to say. It's getting late. We get tired. It can only go downhill from here. So that's enough. Thank you for watching, and remember, today is tomorrow's memory.
Bye-bye.
Bye.